watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do our review for Monday Night Raw, April 2nd, 2018. Pretty much the show leading into Wrestlemania this Sunday. And if this comes as a bit of a surprise to everybody, understandable. I wasn't going to actually start reviewing shows for Raw and SmackDown and, of course, eventually pay-per-view events for WWE until after this Friday's live stream, because, of course, with the Patreon launching and stuff like that, there's some things I have planned for the channel that aren't going to go live until after Friday. But considering this is the lead up into WrestleMania, I'm going to be starting 1 week early. So we're going to talk about last night's show. And overall, my thoughts, it was okay. It was pretty good. There's some gem parts in there that I really loved. I think it could have been better, but let's talk about it. So we're gonna start off with the opening segment involving Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey. I thought it was okay. Look, the biggest pop that Ronda's gotten so far was at the Elimination Chamber when she slammed Triple H through a table, and it doesn't get any better than that because nobody saw that coming. I myself, one other thing I liked that she did was 2 weeks ago when Dana Brooke came to the ring to try and confront her. Even though there was an odd strike in where Dana Brooke went to strike Rousey and Rousey did this it was just such a telegraphed punch and block. This looked so bad. But then Ronda tossed her across the ring, which I thought was really good. So in this segment, we finally get to see her take her first lump and see how good she sells. I think the selling was okay. I don't think the fact that the table didn't break right away, I don't think that helped very much sell it. But when she was on the floor, obviously she was trying, she was keeping that stone cold face while trying to portray that she was in pain. And I think that's something she's gonna have to work on. You know, somebody puts you through a table, you're not going to, somebody puts you through a table, and when you consider other wrestlers that have been put through a table, they don't usually kind of roll back and forth while staring their opponent dead in the eye with the kind of look that she was giving. So I would say that her sell was a little weak. But again, this is something she's new to. She's going to have to work on it. She's going to have to get better. You know, I do have concern with this Ronda Rousey routine because she's such a big name. It's almost like WWE's they almost indirectly might be setting her up for failure. And I say indirectly because she's not the kind of wrestler, or excuse me, she's not the kind of athlete that you just bring in and you put in NXT for 6 months to a year. Even though I think that's what she needs, because of her name, she's such a household name, you just can't keep her in NXT that long, or put her there at all. She's been working with the company since November, but of course, you know, November to now, that's nearly not enough time for anyone to be ready for a match. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I think offensively she'll be fine. I think when it comes down to some of the fundamentals of what these guys do in the ring, both the ladies and the men, that's where I think she's gonna screw up. You know, it's not too hard for her to pick up some of these women and chuck them across the ring. That's not a big deal. But when it comes to like some of the rolls and some of the flips, some of the lockups and the counters, that's where I think she's gonna have some issues. The other issues she's gonna have, and this is something some of the best wrestlers have had this issue. Roman Reigns currently has this issue, and he's gotten better. The mic, the promos, she's bad. She's just bad, and that's kind of to be expected. But again, when you take somebody like her, you're kind of forced to put her in the spotlight very early. And this is something you're going to have to suffer through. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to how forgiving and how patient the fan base is going to be with this. So we'll see how that goes. So after that point, you know, we got into some of the matches, and Bayley versus Sonya Deville was one of the matches. You know, again, I love Bayley. She's one of my favorites. Some of you guys who watch my streams know that. I'm a big Bayley fan. I just think she's adorable, and I like her gimmick because there's not many gimmicks like that around wrestling anymore, and that's something I grew up with, the whole really true babyface gimmick. I'm not against her turning heel, so because I like a good villain too, but I do like Bayley for a lot of those reasons. However, with that said, how often are we going to watch Absolution fight either Bayley or Sasha or whatnot? I mean, So, and I like Sonya Deville. Don't get me wrong. I think Sonya Deville is awesome. The match was okay. It was okay. And obviously at the very end, we got to see Bayley once again confront Sasha Banks, a rivalry that, you know, it's unfortunate they're not going to have their own match at WrestleMania, because looking back at some of their NXT matches, which were very good, it would have been nice to see them go toe-to-toe at WrestleMania. Their storyline has been, I think it's been a little bit stretched too far. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll have a one-on-one moment at the Royal Rumble, at the, in the Rumble, at WrestleMania, the Women's Battle Royal. So we'll see. But it was, other than that, it was an okay match. I mean, I always like to see these two women work, and especially Bayley. You know, I'm a big Bayley fan, like I said. So, moving on to what I thought was the best match of the night, which was Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. An indirect rematch of the initial Universal title match a couple of years back. And it was this great match. I mean, it's just, you know, I love The Miz. I do. I like The Miz a lot. I think he's one of the best things happening in wrestling right now in WWE, but there's no way he's going to beat any one of these two guys. However, it wouldn't surprise me if The Miz does come out to win, just to maybe start and continue a feud with Rollins and Balor, which would be a great feud to keep those two busy until one of them kind of starts challenging for the belt, you know, because you know Roman's going to have it for a while, and so is Shinsuke. So that was a great match. It was definitely the highlight of the night. That's no doubt about that. So that was yeah, that was good stuff. So then, you know, after that we got the bar that came out, and this was another thing that was just fantastic. So obviously Cesaro and Sheamus come out. They still want to know who Braun Strowman's tag team partner is. And to make a long story short, because I don't want to, because if you guys didn't see this, man, you got to go check it out. It was just so great. This is one of the reasons that Braun Strowman's so over right now. So Braun Strowman comes out and tells the bar, hey, you know, if you want to know who my tag team partner is, one of you guys are going to have to fight him. He doesn't like some of the things you guys have been saying. So obviously Cesaro and Sheamus are like, oh yeah, of course. So Braun says, all right, I'm going to go and get him. So he goes to the backstage. They show Cesaro and Sheamus waiting in the ring. And then you hear Braun Strowman's music. And here comes out Braun Strowman with a white t-shirt on and not sunglasses, excuse me, regular glasses. And the best part is, Corey Graves is like, whoa, look at this guy. Who is this? Where's Braun? And that had me laughing like a man. I thought it was so funny that Corey was just playing it up, you know, and obviously Michael Cole and everybody else, coach knows that it's Braun Strowman. Excuse me. And it's just so funny. And then finally, when Strowman's portraying himself as Brain Strowman, because Braun Strowman, Brain, so I thought that was pretty clever. And then what makes it even better is that finally when Braun Strowman takes off the glasses and the shirt, Corey Graves is like, oh my god, that was Braun Strowman this whole time. And I'm like, oh my god, Corey Graves is awesome sometimes on the mic, bro. This is awesome. So I thought that was a great segment. That was really funny. Then we had Matt Hardy versus Goldust, which was, you know, it's funny. It's almost, I love the Ultimate Deletion. I love the whole broken Matt gimmick. I love it. I love it. I love it. And this, I feel should have been a better match than it was. Because, you know, Goldust is a crafty veteran and he's always been solid. Matt Hardy, I mean, come on. He's the former, you know, one of the Team Extreme guys. And it was just a lackluster match. It wasn't that good. You know, obviously, one of the best parts of the match is when Matt Hardy applauds Goldust and gets the crowd to applaud. That was pretty good. And then later on in the match, after Matt did win this match, he goes up to the Andre the Giant trophy and he starts talking to it like he talks to the animals and all that. And he starts saying, procure, procure. His mic skills as Broken Matt Hardy is just so good. It's so good. What was it that he said during the promo before the match? He was like, the eighth wonder, or oh my god, I wish I could remember it word for word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you guys have put it in the comments. So then we got John Cena. excuse me, let me just, because I have notes. You know, 3-hour show, you got to take notes, right? Okay, so then we had John Cena come back from one last time to try and get The Undertaker to respond. Didn't work this time. I think John Cena's done a fantastic job of keeping oh, excuse me. I think he's done a great job of keeping keeping the crowd interested in what's going on with this, because this is 4 weeks now he's been doing this, and it never got old. It never got old. And even at the end, like, people want to see The Undertaker so bad now. They actually started to cheer for John Cena, especially after he made the line about, you know, Undertaker leaving his balls at home. They really got behind John Cena there, because they want to see Taker. Anything it takes at this point to get Taker to come out. Here's the thing, everybody, look, I don't read too much behind the lines in terms of some of the wrestling business. You know, I know there's a lot of great channels out there that I do listen to that report all the current news and stuff like this. So as far as I know, this match is supposed to be a sure thing, and I have to agree that it must be a sure thing. There's no way WWE would lead everybody into WrestleMania thinking Cena's going to fight Taker and there's not going to be any Taker. But then I started to think, what if he doesn't show up? What is the contingency plan here? You know? Because here's what I would do. You know, well, you can do it two ways, and they're probably doing it the right way, is to not reveal Taker until WrestleMania, because a lot of people are going to be expecting him, blah, blah, blah. But then maybe there's a part of me that says maybe you should reveal him during the lead-up show for the multitude of reasons. Number one, that way people know for sure he's going to be there. And number two, you have more people that may watch now because they know for a fact he's going to be there. People obviously are confident enough to say to themselves, he's definitely going to be there. But damn, he still hasn't shown himself. And there's always that part of me that has a little bit of doubt until I actually see it. But everybody in the world and all the sources that are the grade A sources of the world are saying this match is a sure thing. So I'm not going to question that. You know, I'm just reviewing this. I'm not like I don't look into the background and to all the news and stuff like that. So those guys do that for a reason. They're pros at it. They're saying it's going to happen. So I'm going to go with it. And it should be a great match. Should be a very fun match. Overall, I thought this promo was very good. I think it's been a good promo for the last couple of weeks, and John Cena, like him or not, he's just great on the mic. Okay, so then we had a pretty okay, I don't even want to say okay, it was a pretty trash match. Elias versus Heath Slater, and it's like, whatever. Elias is very over right now. I think giving him a match against Heath Slater brings him down a little bit, in my opinion, but that's all right, I guess. You know, we got to see Elias, and he got to do his walk with Elias routine, and everybody loved it. Then he insults Atlanta, Georgia, and it's just good fun. So then we get to the interview with Nia Jax, which I got to be very honest, I didn't pay much attention to. I know what kind of message they're trying to send there. That's fine, and that's cool. And then that led into the Dana Brooke and Asuka versus Alexa and Mickie James. Okay match. I love me some Dana Brooke. I just want to get it out the way right now. That woman is so thick. Oh man, it's fantastic. We need to see her in the ring more often. I know some of you guys, well, her wrestling, I don't give a shit about her wrestling. Okay, I'm just going to say that straight up right now. But, you know, it's funny though, on a more serious note, you know, someone who's trying to get back into the ring on a regular basis, that being Dana Brooke, I can't imagine how she felt when not even 2 or 3 minutes into the match and people are screaming to see Asuka. She got a lot of work to do. She looks great. She's fantastic. She's phenomenal looking. I think she's got a great body and she's very athletic. But boy, she needs some work to get back into that ring, to get back into the good graces of the crowd. Otherwise, okay match and an okay ending. I am looking forward to Bliss and Nia Jax at WrestleMania. And then finally we come to the conclusion of the night, which is the whole Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. You know, I think there's been an that's what I'm looking for, amicable job at attempting to get the crowd to go for Roman Reigns. I think it's worked a little bit. There were actually chants for his name last night, and they were actually louder than the boos, which was a big surprise. But the thing of it is, too, is that Brock Lesnar isn't exactly liked either. You know, like, Brock gets a big pop when he comes out for matches because people haven't seen him in a long time. And some of the, even though his ring skills are very limited, the fact that this is raw strength is tossing people across the ring is entertaining to watch. This is very similar, in fact, maybe better prepared, but very similar to what happened a couple of years back when he first left. Now the rumor is that he's leaving again. His contract is up after WrestleMania. He's obviously going to lose. We all say obviously. I mean, there's always a chance of throwing a monkey wrench into the plans, but I don't see that happening. Especially if he doesn't have. One thing Vince is not going to do is let somebody that doesn't have a contract have the belt, even if it is Brock Lesnar. I do think WWE has done an okay job of building this in such a way where Roman is the good guy. I think it's worked a little bit. The boos for him are certainly not as heavy as they were 6 weeks ago. But when you take it to WrestleMania and there you go from 13,000 to 70,000 people, we're going to see really just how much it worked. And something tells me it hasn't worked too much. I don't think people are going to care for this match as much as they're going to care for the AJ Styles Shinsuke match. Simply because no one's going to get behind Brock because they know he's leaving. And nobody likes Roman Reigns, which is sad. I like Roman Reigns, actually. I like him for a multitude of reasons. With that said, I do think he needs significant improvement. And I'll talk about that in another video. I have mentioned it before in some of my live streams, but I'll talk about that in another video. Maybe I'll do what I would do with Roman if I wanted to turn him around. So. But otherwise, overall, it was okay. It was an okay Raw. I thought there was some gems in there. I really liked the Braun Strowman thing. The Cena thing has been consistently good for the last couple of weeks. The Rollins and Balor match was fantastic. And yeah, and that's roughly about it. But otherwise, we'll see how tonight's SmackDown is. See if that's a little bit better. There are some great matches coming up from the SmackDown side for WrestleMania, so I'm looking forward to that. And we'll do that review hopefully tonight, since it tends to be only 2 hours instead of this one being 3. And we'll discuss that tonight, and maybe I'll upload that tonight instead of tomorrow morning. So until then, guys, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. You can follow E.T.N on Facebook, Twitch or Twitter, or join the Nation Facebook page. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out.